Okay, this is part 4 in my DC Universe Online series. We just defeated Power Girl, so it's time to head back to the club.
Kryptonian energy I've had in ages. Lex has another mission for you if you want it. The Hive is taking a bite out of LexCorp's transports down by the Metrodome.
This is Lex Luthor. Since you performed the last task so admirably, I think you're the one to handle this developing situation. Hive drones are attacking crucial exobyte transports near the Metropolis Metrodome. Go crush some insects and retrieve my exobytes. I've worked too hard to let Queen Bee's mindless bugs ruin it now.
So, this is the series first in a series of missions where it's actually villains fighting other villains, and honestly, I'm not really a big fan of that. I'd rather be fighting the heroes, and I really wish the villains would just learn to cooperate. If we put up a solid united front as villains, I'm sure we would succeed a lot more against the heroes, but unfortunately there's always going to be infighting.
I've got the latest gear for your everyday needs.
It's the main reason why villains always lose. They always have to backstab each other and everything. You know, work against each other in some way. It would be nice if they just learn to get along just for the short term to fulfill a long-term goal. Have a little foresight. Because you know the heroes aren't fighting amongst each other, so it's going to be difficult to try to suppress them if we're always fighting with ourselves.
See if you can grab some of those high-blasting scepters the Stingers carry. They're loaded with neurotoxin. Could be a valuable resource for our defense contract work. We've got to get Luthor's exobytes clear before we're overrun. Fire at will! Sure to let Mr. Luthor know you helped secure. Clear the area! Luthor wants these exobytes back intact, so let's squash some bugs.
Hive mind transmission. Primary training mandate. Swarm them!
We're lucky this time. Let's get out of here before they come back.
These exobytes belong to the city of Sassala's.
I don't know too much about the Hive or Queen Bee or anything like that, but I guess these guys think they're a bunch of bugs. It's really weird. I mean, honestly, I probably wouldn't want these villains on my side anyway, because they're just a bunch of mindless drones.
Ugh, I hate insects. Especially when they're the enslaved minions of a crazy
Well, who
alien
doesn't?
bug lady. Queen Bee uses hypnopollen to link all those guys directly to her mind. So, like I always say, don't inhale.
These exobytes can't fall into the Hive's clutches.
Well, that's good advice at any time. Just never inhale. There's really no point to switching to... Yeah, ignore
Time
that.
to make scarce with the goods before
PvP,
they report.
PvP in this game is
Hive
broken.
is stockpiling my exobites at their makeshift base inside the Metrodome. If that overbearing insect, Queen Bee, thinks she can steal from Lex Luthor, she is sadly mistaken. Take out their hypno-pollen dispensers and mark my exobite canisters for retrieval.
Yep, there you go. Now that you have a theme for your base, you need to get a deed.
Oh
These are
yeah,
used
they
to
want you to
actually
set up
grant
a base and all
ownership
that. I'll do that
and
later.
select a location for the
Anyway,
entrance.
I forgot what I was going to say. This game can be quite talkative. The things you get in your journal, the NPCs, and if you have a thought that
See
you're
those
trying
royal
to
drones? They're the ones broadcasting
see, here we go
instructions from the
again.
Queen. Take them out and bust
We've
up
got a
their
plan
supplies.
to weaken the Hive's assault.
Mr. Luthor has provided an override code that we can use on the Hive's defense station on the roof. Make your way to the roof of the Metrodome and initiate the override on the defense matrix. Protect the matrix from any Hive forces that try and stop it. Try and leave the turrets intact.
Swarm them!
Yeah, I'll do the base thing later. Oh, I remember it was the healer role. There's no point in going as a healer throughout these first tutorial missions. Basically, the only time you'll need to switch to your role is if there's if you're in a raid and it's lacking a role-specific player. But I don't really like playing as my role. I prefer DPS better. So I just tend to ignore my role. Unless, as I said, we're in a raid and someone really needs a healer. Or whatever. But in these solo missions, there's no point in playing your role. You're just going to do less damage against the enemies. There's no possible way you're going to die to any of these NPCs. I mean, they're relatively weak. So as long as you know what you're doing, you should be fine.
Hive mind transmission. Navigation matrix 1226 is offline. That stings.
The exobites are in hand. Containment unit is still functioning and ready for transport.
There are a lot of side objectives in this mission.
Prep the dropship. I've recovered the exobites and am returning to base.
Swarm them!
But these guys were just hanging around waiting for me to attack them. That's convenient.
Sting them! That stings.
Roger that. The exobites are intact. Returning to base with payload.
So basically just what's left is destroying these hypnopollen things. There's always this like huge Hive B guy over here fighting another one that's normal size. I don't know what this is. It might be a bounty for the heroes. It's really weird though. With all these enemies around, it's hard to stay focused. You just want to start blasting everything, but then the mission would take forever. Yeah, that's for healing. I don't like using the nature's transformation modes. I prefer staying as what I am.
You're
So,
quite the roach killer, and immune to the neurotoxin on those hive barbs.
okay, this video will be continued in part 5.